Evil is an American supernatural drama television series created by Robert and Michelle King that premiered on September 26, 2019, on CBS. The series is produced by CBS Studios and King Size Productions. The series features an ensemble cast led by Katya Herbers, Mike Coulter, and Ed Asif Mandvi. Kurt Fuller, Marty Matalis, Brooklyn Shuck, Skyla Gray, Maddie Crocco, Dahlia Knapp, Christine Lottie, Michael Emerson, Ashley Edner, and Andrea Martin also star. In October 2019, the series was renewed for a second season. In May 2021, it was confirmed that the series would move from CBS to Paramount+. The second season premiered on June 20, 2021. In July 2021, the series was renewed for a third season which premiered on June 12, 2022, and concluded on August 14, 2022. In July 2022, the series was renewed for a fourth season. Evil has received critical acclaim, with particular praise for its acting, characters, writing, direction, and cinematography. Premise: the series follows the post-Civil War generation of the Dutton family as they leave Tennessee, journey to Fort Worth, Texas, and join a wagon train undertaking the arduous journey west to Oregon, before settling in Montana to establish what would eventually become the Yellowstone Ranch. Cast and characters. Maine. Sam Elliott as Shea Brennan, an employee of the Pinkerton Agency leading the expedition. Brennan is a former captain who served in the Union Army during the American Civil War. His wife Helen and daughter both die of smallpox right before the start of the expedition. While mourning their deaths, he cremated them by setting fire to their house and contemplated suicide, but was interrupted by the arrival of Thomas. Brennan acts as the rugged and commanding leader of the wagon train, frequently reminding members of the danger and tragedy that they will face along the way. Tim McGraw as James Dutton, great-grandfather of John Dutton III. From Tennessee, he was a captain in the Confederate States Army during the Civil War and was wounded during the Battle of Antietam and captured. He was held in a Union prisoner of war camp for 3 years. A skilled leader and combatant, he joins the wagon train with his family after meeting Brennan and Thomas in Fort Worth, Texas. Faith Hill as Margaret Dutton, John Dutton III's great-grandmother and the matriarch of the family. She travels via train from Tennessee with her children, sister-in-law, Claire, and niece, Mary Abel, to Fort Worth and begins a new journey with her husband, James. Isabel May as Elsa Dutton, James, and Margaret Dutton's resourceful 17-year-old daughter. Much of the story is told in her voice as narrator. Young, undisciplined and innocent, she looks forward to the expedition as a great adventure. Elsa becomes hardened during the difficult journey west, also becoming enamored with a cowboy and later a Comanche warrior, much to the dismay of her parents. However, she also becomes a skilled survivalist and cowgirl. LaMonica Garrett as Thomas, a Pinkerton agent and veteran U.S. Army sergeant from a Buffalo Soldier regiment. He teams up with Shea Brennan to help guide the group. His arrival helps dissuade Shea from suicide. Thomas is a skilled frontiersman, and later begins a relationship with a Romani widow named Noemi. Mark Rissman as Joseph, a German immigrant who is married to Rita and worked as a carpenter before traveling to America. He aids the expedition serving as an interpreter for his group and as a liaison between the Americans and immigrants. Audie Rick as John Dutton Sr., John Dutton III's grandfather, as a young boy. He is the younger child of James and Margaret and is 5 years old at the beginning of the journey. Eric Nelson as Ennis, a young cowboy who is paid to escort the group and tend to their cattle. He develops a relationship with Elsa. James Landry Hebert as Wade, the lead cowboy. Noah L.E. Grow as Colton, an experienced cowboy who joins the group at the Texas side of the Red River. Recurring. Alex Fine as Grady, an experienced cowboy and the leader of a crew of 6 drovers, who agrees to help an inexperienced crew round up longhorns for their long journey. Grataila Brancusi as Noemi, a Romani widow who recently lost her husband and has to raise 2 young boys on her own. She becomes dependent on and romantically interested in Thomas, seeing him as the man who will replace her late husband as a caretaker. Anna Fiamora as Risa, a young immigrant woman who is married to Joseph and joins the traveling camp to move west. Amanda Yarrows as Elena, a weary but hopeful immigrant woman who speaks little English but has much resolve. Martin Sensmeyer as Sam, a skilled Comanche warrior loyal to Quanah Parker, who later takes Elsa as his wife. James Jordan as Cookie, a foul-mouthed wagon train cook whose poor decision leads to the group's confrontation with a band of vengeful Lakota. Guest stars: Billy Bob Thornton as Marshal Jim Courtright. Tom Hanks as General George Meade. In a flashback to the Battle of Antietam, he consoles James Dutton after many of his fellow soldiers are killed, before the latter gets taken captive. Hank's wife, Rita Wilson, plays Carolyn the storekeeper. Graham Greene as Spotted Eagle, a Crow elder who tries to help Elsa and who also points James to Paradise Valley, the final destination for the Dutton family. Dawn Olivieri as Claire Dutton, James Dutton's widowed sister who joins him and his family on a trip to find a new home. She is intense and stern in manner, like her daughter. She dies by suicide after losing her only surviving child, Mary Abel. She had 6 children before, all of whom died young. Emma Malouf as Mary Abel Dutton, Claire's daughter. A prim and proper young woman, she shows disdain and no sympathy for her cousin Elsa for her less traditional values. During an attack by unwelcome intruders, Mary Abel is caught in the crossfire and dies from a bullet wound. Rita Wilson as Carolyn, a kindly storekeeper at Doan's Crossing, at the border of Texas and Oklahoma. She befriends Margaret when the latter visits her store and they drink whiskey together. Wilson's husband, Tom Hanks, plays General Meade. Taylor Sheridan as Charles Goodnight, also known as Charlie Goodnight, a rancher who hunts cattle thieves. Episodes. Series crossover. To introduce the new series 1883 to Yellowstone viewers, Tim McGraw and Faith Hill reprised their roles as James and Margaret Dutton in flashback scenes during the 4th season of Yellowstone to show what life was like on the Dutton Ranch in 1893, 10 years after the Dutton family arrival in Montana. In the first episode, Half the Money, James Dutton and his preteen sons John and Spencer, portrayed respectively by actors Jack Michael Doak and Charlie Stover, encountered starving Native Americans who had left the local reservation to bury their father on their former land that had since become a part of the Dutton Ranch. In the 8th episode No Kindness for the Coward, Margaret Dutton and her sons John and Spencer are sitting at the dinner table in their ranch homestead waiting for her husband and their father to return from a dangerous manhunt of horse thieves that plague their territory. These Yellowstone episodes aired prior to release of 1883 on Paramount+. Production. Development. In February 2021, Taylor Sheridan signed a 5-year deal with Viacom CBS and MTV Entertainment Group following the success of Yellowstone. Under the deal, he would create new series for both studios. One of these was 1883, a prequel to Yellowstone, set to be broadcast on Paramount+. Sheridan said that he struggled with writer's block after selling the concept to Paramount+, but he managed to overcome it while working on another series, Mayor of Kingstown. Casting. The same night Isabel May auditioned for that show, Sheridan decided he needed her to make 1883 work. He went on to make Paramount hire May, a relative unknown, before he was even finished writing the script, because it won't work if we don't get her. On August 4, 2021, it was announced that Tim McGraw, Faith Hill, and Sam Elliott had joined the cast. A further announcement on August 21 confirmed both Isabel May and announced that LaMonica Garrett had joined the cast. On September 10, December 6, and December 10, respectively, it was confirmed that Billy Bob Thornton, Graham Greene, and Tom Hanks had joined as guest stars. Filming on the series started in August 2021 in Texas and concluded in January 2022 in Montana. Many actors expressed discomfort at the cold temperatures while filming in Montana. Star Faith Hill deemed filming as the most physically and mentally challenging thing we have ever done. Star Sam Elliott also expressed that filming his scenes was difficult, but we're getting it on screen, and in the end that's what matters. This is really going to be something special. Isabel May discussed Taylor Sheridan's quest for authenticity concerning no cosmetics nor shaving of underarm hair. In Town and Country, May emphasized, Taylor said from the very beginning, I want everything to be authentic. I mean, women didn't start shaving until the 1920s. He really wanted that to be an aspect of the show, and so I was more than happy to oblige. Music. The series score was composed by Brian Tyler and Breton Vivian, both of whom worked on Yellowstone. Release. On November 8, 2021, a first-look trailer for the series was released. A full trailer was released on December 3. The series made its TV premiere on December 25, 2021, on CMT. The first episode was run on Paramount Network, who ordered the show before they moved it to streaming on affiliated platform Paramount, and during its development, as part of promoting the show, like they did with Mayor of Kingstown. The series was released on Blu-ray and DVD under the title 1883, A Yellowstone Origin Story on August 30, 2022. Reception. Review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes reported an approval rating of 86% based on 21 reviews with an average score of 7.5/10. The website's critics' consensus reads, 1883 can feel too overdetermined to be a properly rough-hewn western, but viewers will want to saddle up for Sam Elliott's commanding star turn. Metacritic gave the series a weighted average score of 69 out of 100 based on 12 critic reviews, indicating generally favorable reviews. Accolades.